3, 2, 1. Alright, hi. I'm there, Chris, and you're watching the second part of a video series explaining how to run through the Charmander and Friends beginner route, for the speed run of the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color, Any Glitchless. A lot of words. I think I got them all. Hopefully that's all right. So the first video, hopefully you saw, where I went over a slide that looks a lot like that one up there, and that explains basically the basic route. Let me do that. The basic route in the game that we'll be going through. I'm gonna have that up in the top of the screen as a reference so we can kind of keep track of what's going on. This first video, I'm going to go through the beginning of the game, the initial deck edit, and then 1 or maybe 2 or maybe 3 of the initial fights. So, one thing you should know is we don't actually start our runs at 0 minutes and 0 seconds. We usually start, and we don't start from this screen at all. For 99% of players, the people that will be playing on emulator, what we do is we create a save state that we can load that has a save file completed that has completed the tutorial and also changed a few settings. So I'm going to show you how to make that save file the first time. You can skip this part of the video if you already know how to do that, but why don't we just go ahead and do that. So, if you need to make a no tutorial save file, basically what you do is you'll start a new game, and now what you can do is you could just play the first 8 minutes of the game normally, then save. But we're going to do it a little bit faster. I'm going to show you just a quick way to make a save file. About 2 minutes. Start a new game, pick a name. Once you're actually speedrunning the game, there's no delay for different characters draw on the screen. All the text shows at once. So this isn't a game where you have to have a 1-character name. So you can put any kind of funny thing. We'll do tutor here. Oh, there's 6 characters. Exclamation point. There we go. That's our name now. For our tutorial run. You can see this text is pretty slow. I'm not going to go over all the interface things you need to know, but mashing B is pretty important. That lets you skip text without confirming anything. If you mash A, you can skip text, but it will confirm things in a menu. So if it doesn't matter, you can alternate between the two like this, which is what I'm doing like 90% of the time when I'm speedrunning the game. So we skip through all this dialogue, and we're going to use a trick called dual escape in order to finish the tutorial quickly, in order to set up our save file. And we basically just gotta, the text is gonna run really slowly, we just gotta get through it. He's gonna do this, you wanna hit B here, and then you wanna hit A here. And then we're gonna go through the tutorial, sort of. We're gonna go through the first part of it. You may actually wanna, if this is the first time, like, you've played the game in a long time, you may wanna actually, like, just do the tutorial in earnest, and then just create the save file after. So we do the tutorial. At least some of it. We have to follow those instructions for the first part. There's Goldeen, which is what he says to choose. Be careful when mashing buttons here. You want to mash B for the first one. And then here you actually want to mash A, because if you hit B, it'll cancel you out of this menu, and then he'll yell at you, and you have to go through another menu again. Now you can hit B. And that gets you out of there. Prizes are placed. You can mash B generally for the most part right here. This is the thing you only have to do once, so you don't have to like do it optimally or whatever, really. And you listen to him talk, you're not going to do any of the things he says here. Just mash B until you're out of this. Alright, so now what you do is you hit select, and you get to this screen. You can move your cursor around. Hitting select to be able to look at this screen is actually a useful skill in the game. So, but you want to move your cursor so you're highlighting your bench Pokemon. And then what you want to do, look carefully at the input viewer, you want to hit down and A on the same frame. And then if you did it right, it'll knock you out, just like that. And it basically skips the tutorial. This glitch is not allowed during the speedrun, but you are allowed to use it to set up your save file, and that makes it take far less time. So the last thing, there's a few things you need to do. Pay attention to this part. You have a choice between 3 decks. Charmander and Friends is the one you'll be choosing for this beginner route. A lot of top runners that have some experience will choose Bulbasaur and Friends because, I mean, I personally think it's better. I run it. However, the Charmander and Friends is way, way better for learning the game, I think, because it is just way more forgiving of a deck, and it gives you exposure to more cards. So we're going to go with Charmander and Friends. Squirtle and Friends, you never need to pick. Don't worry about it. It's just a worse version of the Bulbasaur one. So we pick Charmander. Hit yes. Hit B to get through the rest of this stuff. Sorry about my very clicky controller, by the way. And so, as soon as you're done, you don't move. Just hit start. You want to go to config. Set message speed to 5. Go down. Dual animation to none. Exit. Then go back up to diary. Save. Now make your save state. In Gambat Speedrun, the only allowed emulator, you go to File. Either save state if you want it to be in the slot you're currently in, or save state as if you want to make it a separate file. Either way, whatever. You save your state. Alright. So once you have your save state, you start your run by doing, on emulator, you either do a hard reset, or if you have the title bar of your emulator in your capture stream, you don't have to. But, you do have to start from the title screen, so you might as well just do a hard reset either way. F5 for me is my hard reset button, so I hit that. This text on the bottom says reset R717, blah, 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 blah. That is verifying, that is a hash that verifies you're playing on a legitimate copy of the game. And that has not been modified or whatever for cheating. Alright. So let's go ahead and start the speedrun now that we've set up our save file. You don't have to have this on your timer, but it's more convenient if you do. You actually want your timer not to start at 0 minutes. You want it to start at 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Like this. And that is because that is roughly the amount of time it takes to complete the tutorial. So all of the times you'll see for Pokemon Trading Card Game speedrunning start at 8:03, and 99% of runners start with the 8:03 on their timer. So we can all talk about times while comparing to each other. It's kind of a legacy thing from back in the day before we knew how to skip the tutorial. Don't worry about it. Your time starts at 8:03. Alright. I'm not actually going to run the timer right now, but I just wanted to show that. Alright, so timing starts as soon as you hit A here on continue from diary. So I try to have A and my timer start button, like one hand on each one, and I just press down on both at the same time. Easy. If your on-screen timer isn't like perfectly accurate, don't worry, we can always retime runs after they're done. You don't have to. It's really handy to have your timer visible when you're running this game, even more so than most games, because I think it's just really important to get a sense of how long each fight is, not just your overall time, but how much time you spend in each individual battle. So I actually go to the effort of actually making a split for every single fight in the game. A lot of people don't do that, they'll just do the gym leaders or whatever, but I make a ton of splits because I like that data. So up to you if you want to do that or not. We can go over that in another video. Alright, so let's actually go over the speedrun. We start. 3, 2, 1, start! Alright, very first thing we do, hit start again. Down 1 to deck. Hit A. Hit A again. Hit A a third time for modify deck. Now here, you have that carrot at the top of the screen. If you hit left, it'll wrap back around to the E for energy. Hit A. Now we're selecting this grass energy. It's got 4 written on it. Cool. So we can add 2 energy here. B. Left, left, A. And now we are in the colorless energy section. Colorless Pokemon section. We want to take 2 Pokemon out. Conveniently, Rattata 2 right here. So left, left to take those 2 cards out. B, B, down for save. Save this deck. Left, A to mark yes. Then B, B, run over here. Also, quick note, when you're moving on the overworld, always hold B, because otherwise you have to do this. Slow. Fast. This is actually the first Pokemon game to have a run button. Fun facts. So yeah, you're here, you just talk to him, B left, go. Now press A, and you talk to this guy, who now says you don't have enough energy cards. That was the purpose of the deck edit, was to make it so our energy card threshold fell below a certain value. Now we get bonus energy. Cool! We're done with this guy now. Still holding B. We go left for 2 blocks, and then down. And we're out. Cool. Overworld, we want to go to the Fighting Club directly to our right, so we just tap right once, hit A. And then we mash through this guy's text. You want to mash B and A, because you have to confirm through that dialogue. Now hold B, go up, turn toward him, press A, and then just mash B, so you don't accidentally start talking to him again. Then go down. You need to have that conversation in order to send the Fighting Club members around. So now we are going to the Grass Club. To do that, from here, left up, or you can do up. You don't want to do up left because then you have to. It's a weird thing. So left up, easy way. Left up, A. All right, so we're in the Grass Club. Heather, Kristen, and Brittany are who we have to fight. Heather and Kristen are in the room above us up there, and Brittany is to the right. Left, sorry. So we're gonna go up first. Hold B, go up. Tree's in the way. Right one, up. Now we're at Heather. But we still have some work to do. Yes. Yeah, sorry if I mixed up left and right earlier. Just I was saying left on the overworld, I think. I meant right. Do what I did, not what I said. Okay. Not bad. Alright. Back to the game. So we are at Heather here. Nice blue hair. Kind of envious, honestly, but whatever. We hit start. And we should still be selected deck, because that's the last thing we did in this menu. We haven't saved in a while. So we hit A to enter deck. A again. A third time to modify it. Now we're back to the deck edit screen. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to take out some fire Pokemon. We're going to take out all of our lightning Pokemon. And all of our colorless Pokemon. And then we're going to add trainers to make up, or add energy, sorry, to make up the gap. So we start by hitting right, go to the fire, hit A, down 2 to take out Charizard. I'm sorry, we got to take out Growlithe, take out Arcanine, take out Ponyta. That should be you should know you're done if you see the number 4 under the fire symbol right now. Hit B to get out of there. Left, left. Oh, sorry. Right, right. Jesus. What is wrong with me today? Right, right. Select Lightning. Take all of these Pokemon out. Right. And we're going to leave this as it is. Machop and Machoke aren't that good, but whatever. Go here. Pick out these 2 normal types. Cool. Go to energy, hit A, take out those 2 grass type energy we just put in, max out fire energy, go down to lightning, make this 5? Yes, 5 I believe, then max out fighting energy. Now, look at the top right corner of the screen, you see 60 out of 60, it must say that for you to save. You need to make sure, you didn't, if it doesn't say that, you messed up something. You should have 4 fire, 5 fighting, 10 trainer, 41 energy, this distribution. Max out fire and fighting, and then the rest is filler, which we just use with lightning. So once you're done, you hit B, B, and don't be afraid to like go slow through this the first several times, because there's a lot of ways, a lot of things to do here. So once we're on this like weird menu, confirm and save sound like they do the same thing, don't they? They don't. They do not do the same thing. You want to go to save, not confirm. So you hit down to go to save, then you hit left, save this deck. Yes, A, B. Alright, now before we exit out, we're about to start a battle, and so what we do before every single battle in this game, cannot emphasize this enough, every single battle you save, because so much can go wrong in any given fight. You must save before every battle. So when you go to save, the cool thing is that saving in this game is super fast. Fun trivia fact, if you go here by mistake, it is slower to not save than it is to save. So just save. Alright. And if you get in the habit, if you, another reason we save after every fight is that way the cursor is always on diary. We always save before we leave the every menu. That way we can reset without fear all the time. Cool. Alright, so now we're ready to finally fight the Heather. I'll make a quick save state here. Just in case I screw something up. Maybe I should, like, distribute the save states or something to make it easier. I don't know. Alright. Time to battle Heather. Heather is a little bit of a weird trainer. She has one grass-type Pokemon, Venonat, which evolves to Venomoth, but really, she has several Pokemon that are weak to fighting. She has Eevee, big one, Ditto, Porygon. So you're really mainly going to be prioritizing your fighting Pokemon for this deck. So let's do several example battles, and we can go over the situations. I'm going to try to do them a little slowly, so you can follow along. If I mess that up, my apologies. I have a lot of muscle memory, as you might expect. So let's talk to Heather. Generally, when you start talking to someone, you hit A to begin, then you hit B. And that's because if you mash B and you get to this screen, you're going to stay here until you make a choice. But if you hit A, then it would just cancel the dialogue. So you do this. A, B, 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 B. And then that way you don't have to, like, count or anything. You just mash B until you see this. Left, A, B, 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 B. Alright. Here we go. Battle starting. Here's our first attempt. Mash B. No basic Pokemon in my hand. You'll see this a lot. You just want to mash through this. Now it's going to ask us to choose a basic Pokemon from our hand. You can scroll down and look. Quick tip, if you use left and right, in this case right, you can skip down 5 cards in your hand. So you can look at your entire hand by just hitting left and right now, because you only have 7 cards. We have one basic Pokemon as Charmander, that's what we're going to choose this time. Can't put anything on the bench anyway. Heather has 3, so this screen's pretty important. You're going to mash through it, but you have enough time spent on it anyway, waiting for animations, that you can see everything you need to see here. The key component for you to look at on the screen is the upper right. I wish I had like a laser pointer or something. You see the black rectangles with the green dots in them? Those are benched Pokemon. You generally want that count to be as low as possible. You want to see none of those there. Right now, Heather has 2 benched Pokemon, so we have to KO 3 Pokemon in order to win this fight. Depending on how much experience you have and how much patience you have, you may or may not want to continue this fight, even at this point. The faster your PB is, the more you need good luck to win and to improve on it. So, you know, in my case, I'd reset immediately in my circumstance, because I need a perfect Heather in order to get a PB again. But this might not be so bad, so we're going to take a look. 4 prizes are placed. You can skip that whole lengthy animation by mashing B, and it'll like skip each one for each B press you do. So I usually do that kind of mashing A and B. So I mash through the coin flip so I didn't see, but we go second. Going second's generally bad. So if you were on the fence about like the number of bench Pokemon you saw, and then you realize you went second, good time to reset. So now we're going to get our first taste of what Heather has. Heather has a Ditto, and we don't know what's on her bench yet. Ditto's not a huge threat, but not ideal for Charmander. So I'm only going this far in the battle so we can actually look at Heather's bench. There's 2 ways to do that. You can do, what is it? Up and A? I don't remember. So the way I do it is I hit select, that's our bench, and select a 3rd time. You can see there are 2 Dittos and a Venonat. Charmander is our lead Pokemon. It can do 10 damage with 1 energy, 30 damage with 2 energy, but you have to lose 1 every time. And we have no way to we only have other energy cards in our hand right now. And a switch, which isn't useful. So I'll play this one out, but I would say to reset here, because with 2 normal types you'd rather have, or 2 colorless types, you'd rather have Diglett. or Machop, who could chop right through them. Whereas it's going to take us 3 hits to kill each Ditto with our current setup. Venonat we can get in 1 hit, once we have 2 energy, but Ditto's going to be 3 hits at a time, so it's going to be kind of annoying. But I'll play this out just to show you. We're going to learn. So we attach 1 energy, and then in this case, I'd probably attack with Scratch. You could skip it and just use Ember twice, but it takes 1 more energy card. Alright, so now we have 3 normal types, so this is really not ideal. I really should reset here. Ember here. Eevee's evolving. This is... Alright, so now we have 4 Pokemon. Heather's evolved 1. This is a no-brainer reset situation. So, 4-finger salute, you're going to really need to know this, is A, B, select start to soft reset the game. The easiest way to do this reliably is to hold 3 of them and then tap the 4th. Because sometimes if you mash both, if you just mash like that, like, oh, I guess it worked perfectly for me then, but sometimes it doesn't work if you just mash both, so I do 3 and 1. Alright, but we saved right before that battle started. Oh, quick look at that screen. If you have had at least the beginning of 1 turn, you'll have a continued duel here, and you can reset to, you know, use this feature in the battle, and we will use it a lot. Continue from diary is what we want if we want a new battle. And then it'll be like, hey, are you sure? You can go back to your duel, and we're like, no, we don't want that. So, let's try to get a better Heather to battle. Alright. We got Charmander again. Again, not the ideal Pokemon for this battle, but we do have a Computer Search, a really powerful card. So let's put out Charmander and see what we got. Against 4 Pokemon on our bench. We're just gonna reset out of that. Basic Pokemon, Charmander, but we have an evolution to Charmeleon. Nice, powerful, all-around Pokemon who can help us a lot. So we're more likely to keep this than any of the previous examples. Against 3, not ideal, but, you know, we gotta show a battle at some point. You can see how I held B there for even a second, and instead of having to let every prize get placed, it just skip through them. Perfect. Alright, so it's Ditto and something. Ditto, Porygon, Eevee. None of these are weak to fire, but Charmeleon is able to do 50 damage at a time, so we'll be able to one-hit KO these eventually. So what we do is we put on a Fire Energy for Charmander, or either one really, and then we use Scratch. We mash through what they do. They use Play a Bill. They're drawing other cards. They're putting energy on their Pokemon. Attach another Fire Energy. And now we could use Ember, but that'll make us discard an energy. And we need to get to 3 energy to use Charmeleon's attack. So we're going to actually use Scratch again. And that'll leave 30 HP on Ditto, which is key in a minute. That Vaporeon is a problem. I'm going to see... Oh no, it's already killed us with Quick Attack. Wow. Hey there! Sorry for the quick jump cut there. We're gonna go back to finding a Heather battle, and hopefully we get one that isn't terrible. So let's take a look. What do we get here? Heather did not draw a basic. Huh. So we got Machop this time. Finally, someone other than Charmander. So let's see what Machop can do. Machop is nice because Machop can get quick KOs because Machop does 20 damage at first. However, unless the battle is pretty quick, Machop's effectiveness does drop off. However, look here. Nothing on Heather's bench. This is a one-on-one situation. We might be pretty lucky. Let's see if we go first. Very lucky, potentially. Fire Energy draw against Venonat. So we're going to need a 2-hit KO. We have 2 full heals. So as long as nothing gets played on the bench, we will be able to win this battle in 2 turns. This is the kind of thing we like to see. Venonat can be dangerous because Venonat can evolve into Venomoth, which resists fighting. And isn't weak to fighting. Isn't weak to fire, pardon me. So in this particular situation, Pokemon cannot evolve on turn 1, so we know that we're not going to have to face Venomoth, so that's why I was like, oh, this is a good battle, we'll stay in. Has an attack Stun Spore, it does a little damage, you don't really care, but the main thing is that 50-50 chance of paralysis. Fortunately, got Tails here, so no paralysis. Battle is over. Easy. This is one of the good outcomes you hope for. Alright, I'm resetting now. Do not do that after you win a battle. I'm resetting now so we can get another several battles going, so I can show you different situations. Once you win the battle, stay in there. We'll eventually do that at one of these. I probably should have like shown you how to finish a battle or whatever, but we'll do that in a minute. Alright, let's try again. Basic Pokemon. We got Magmar. Powerhouse Fire type. Very good. We'll put in Magmar. Magmar is a pretty good Pokemon for this fight. On 2, so there's 1 bench Pokemon, one starter. That's pretty good. You know, we saw a lot of 3s and 4s before, so we'll take 2. Try to get heads. We got heads. Eevee here. It's going to take us, unfortunately, 3 turns to kill Eevee. So we just got to hope for the best. So we attach Fire Energy whenever possible. And our attacks require 2 or 3 energy. 2 energy to do 30 damage, 3 energy to do 50, and you'll have to discard 1 in order to make that work. So we're going to move on. So we can't do anything turn 1. So this won't be the fastest possible fight, but it may be pretty fast. We've got a bill. Anytime you get a bill, you know, it doesn't hurt to play it, because you just get 2 free cards. We have Professor Oak here, which gets us a new hand. We may need that later, but we generally try to save that for when we need a card we don't have. Attach our second Fire Energy. We can now attack with Fire Punch. You might be tempted to wait till turn 3 to use Flamethrower, so you don't have to do the attack animation, and that's valid. However, since Eevee can evolve into a bunch of Pokemon that have 70 hit points or 80 hit points, we want to do damage early as a safety. Alright, so now there's a full roster on the other side, so this won't be the best Heather ever, but it looks like Eevee's tail wag got tails again. We need Eevee to flip tails on that particular attack in order to do damage, otherwise it prevents it. Alright, so we attach a third energy, and then we're going to still use Fire Punch because there's only 20 HP left. But that third energy is a safety or a buffer. Grab a prize, any prize. We're in pretty good shape now. We should be able to one-hit KO everything. Fortunately, Eevee got heads. And we don't have much of a way around that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Professor Oak, see if we have a way around that. We do not. We drew just more energy cards. Alright. Nothing we can really do here. We can attach a 4th energy for safety, but that's probably our limit. And then we're waiting until Eevee gives us a Tails. Fortunately, not a lot we can do here. We don't have any trainer cards we can use to influence that coin flip, so we just gotta wait till we get... Come on! Alright, so there is a thing we can do here now. And good thing we were attaching that energy. We're going to attach a lightning energy because we're going to throw it away. But we want to use the energy that's the least useful. Diglett here is one of our key basic Pokemon. If we take a look at our Pokemon, you can see that line retreat cost there. That is the number of energy you have to discard to send the Pokemon to your bench. Sending Magmar to the bench will clear the tail wag effect that's preventing us from doing damage to Eevee. That doesn't work for every effect, but it does work for tail wag. I'll explain when it doesn't work as it comes up. The great thing about Diglett is it has 0 retreat cost, so we can switch back immediately for free. So we're going to, because we have the extra energy on Magmar, we're going to go down to Lightning and then discard one of the Fire Energies to switch to Diglett. Hit Retreat again to switch right back to Magmar. Be careful, don't mash too fast through there. You don't want to discard the wrong energy, you don't want to switch in the wrong Pokemon. And then we can attack with Flamethrower, and we have KO'd the Eevee. Luckily, Ditto doesn't have any kind of shenanigans like that, so this will be a straight-up 50 damage. Attach Fire Energy whenever we can. And only 1 KO left. I don't even think we have to attach energy here. I think just this will work. Alright, and we are done. Quick note about... I'm going to reset just so you can look at Porygon. We're going to use Continue Duel. Quick note about Porygon. Porygon is 30 HP, very easy to kill, and can't do damage to you. The only thing to watch out for is Conversion 2, which will change Porygon's resistance. It does not change Porygon's weakness, so if you have a fighting type out, Porygon will change its resistance to fighting, and you'll have both weakness and resistance, which is weird. But which basically just means Mud Slap. You have to use Diglett's Mud Slap to kill it. So you want to kill Porygon as soon as you can, which is pretty easy generally, but just something to note. You can clear the conversion 2 effect with the retreat, just as well, I believe. Another Porygon on the bench. Ditto was the Pokemon we fought earlier. Ditto mostly just does 10 damage and is pretty harmless. If Ditto gets 3 energy, it'll change into a different Pokemon, but usually by the time Ditto has 3 energy, you have powered up your Pokemon enough that you can one-hit whatever comes in anyway. So Ditto and Porygon tend to be the ones we want to see. Eevee is okay. Venonat is fine if you get a Fire type, but not ideal. So yeah. Let's finish this battle. That's kind of Heather. That's kind of most of Heather. I don't... the big thing is don't let Eevee evolve. Heather has both Jolteon, Vaporeon, and I believe Flareon in her deck. So Vaporeon's obviously bad news. He got fire types. Jolteon is fine, you know, still weak to fighting, so whatever. Flareon doesn't have any useful weaknesses. You generally want Heather to lose before they evolve anything. I mean, that's always good, but especially with Heather. So don't be afraid to reset if the battle gets sticky, because there's a good number of easy frames here. I'll probably do 1 or 2 more battles with Heather after this just to show you. Comp Surge, ooh, nice. So after a battle, you'll get 2 booster packs. Cool. You want to skip through those as fast as you can. You're going to get a look at what cards you have later, but just keep your eye on the top card on the screen to see what rare you get as you skip through those. Okay. Resetting just to get another attempt in at Heather. Alright. So we got Charmander again, but we also have Computer Search. 1-on-1, very good. We get to go first. We have a switch. So, what are we going to do here? We're actually going to just power up Charmander. And we'll attack with Scratch. That is important. So, basically, 2 things could happen here. Either Heather puts Pokemon on her bench, in which case we want to prepare for a longer fight with Charmeleon, which we'll be able to get with Computer Search. Or Heather does not put anything on her bench, at which point we'll be able to win next turn by grabbing a plus power. So let's see what happens. Porygon on the bench. Alright, so we want to be prepared for that scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to upgrade to Charmeleon, attach a second energy, and we're not going to use Ember, we're going to use Scratch. That leaves 30 HP left on Ditto, which is fine. And we'll take a little damage, whatever. Attach a third fire energy. We're going to use Computer Search. Discard 2 cards from our hand. Here, don't spend too much time deciding which cards to discard or not, because Computer Search takes a long time to use. Find the 2 worst cards. Switch isn't great now, because we only have one of us, but it could be useful. We have full heal for status. So we're going to keep... I'm going to pick the fighting energy. And if you grab the wrong cards, you can hit B at any time, including, like, looking at your deck, I think. Or no, you can hit B anytime up to here. Beyond here, you can't hit B, and then it'll, like, cancel the whole trainer card. Actually, does it work from here? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it doesn't work from here. So now we look at the contents of our deck. Pro tip, you should remember this from Rog and Treg's interface video. Hit select, and now you've sorted the deck. Cool. Now you can use left and right to scroll through it quickly. It starts with energy on top, then a basic Pokemon sorted by type and their evolution lines. Then, in this case, we are looking for Charmeleon. Here is Charmeleon. If you are looking for a card with Computer Search and you're looking through your deck and you can't find it, either it means you only have 1 copy, you already had it or something. More likely what it means is it might be stuck in your prizes. In which case, there's not a lot you can do, just quickly think of a better card. A different card to grab. That'll be useful to you. Maybe Professor Oak, because he just threw away a bunch of cards to play it. I don't know. So we're going to grab Charmeleon here, though, because luckily Charmeleon is not stuck in the prizes. Now we can evolve to Charmeleon. Charmeleon is much like Magmar. 30 HP, 30 damage for 1 attack, 50 damage if you lose an energy for the other. The only difference is the 30 damage attack takes 3 energy. That potion is neato. Alright. So yeah, just like before, we got to just grind through these Pokemon. Luckily, we don't have to wait for Tails. We attach an extra energy, which we discard with Flamethrower to get the 1 hit on Eevee. Porygon here does not have enough energy to use Concerning Attack, so we can just use Slash. And 1 more to go right here, another Porygon. This Porygon's going to use Conversion 2, which is annoying, because now it resists fire. which means it's going to subtract 30 damage from any attack we do. So this is actually going to take 2 turns. So we're going to use Flamethrower to do 20 damage, and then next turn. Luckily, Porygon can't do any damage to us, so we don't really care. And then we're going to use Flamethrower again, and then we have won. Alright, so we've had some exposure to all of Heather's Pokemon, and I think I've given you some decent strategy advice on Heather. I think what I'll do for this series is I'm going to make a separate video for each battle. So we're going to stop here for Heather. Let's see what cards we get. This is going to be the save state that we load from. So let's see what cards we got. Electabuzz. Ooh, that's going to be really useful later. When you're speedrunning the game, do not like stop and look at your booster pack. You can look in the deck edit later. Just mash through it. And then this booster pack is very good. We got a Bill. That's the only really good card here. Alright. Cool. So I will make this the save state point. And we'll start the next video. Alright. Hey everybody, I forgot to do an outro for this video. My bad. So yeah, thanks for watching. We're gonna have basically a segment of 2 battles roughly per video. My intent is to do them weekly, although obviously the gap between this second video and the first video was like 3 months. But now my life's gotten a lot simpler, so I should be able to actually get these out. If you want more information or have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And I read and respond to all of them. I mean, there aren't that many. You can also reach out to me on Twitter at ThereChris. I'll have links to the Pokemon Trading Card Game Speedrunning Discord in the description, as well as the Roggentreg video that I reference about using the interface and stuff. Yeah. That should be it. Thanks for watching.